Welcome to NFL World, where NFL starts and ends. I'm your host, Jacob. And today we're going to talk about TJ Watt's impending contract extension. They have to pay him at this point. He's the only thing that's keeping their defense going. And we'll get into that a little bit later. But let's talk about the reason why TJ Watt will get this money in a more constructive way. TJ Watt is in his last year of his contract. His contract states that he's going to make $28 million a year. But in this last year of his contract, which typically happens anyway, you get paid less. He's going to get paid $21 million, which that number is very important. TJ Watt has been in the NFL since 2017. This is his second big contract, or his second contract, I should say. He's looking for his second big contract. That last number is important. This number is so important for his last year in his contract, I should say, is you got a guy like Michael Parsons, Trey Hendrickson, who Trey Hendrickson and TJ Watt are about the same age. But you got a guy like Michael Parsons who's 25, 26, who's making more than both of them in his final year. He's going to make $24, $25 million. And he's looking for a contract extension, meaning they don't want to get lapped by Michael Parsons because they won't make the money again. That's the point. So you got a guy like we said last week about Trey Hendrickson. He's not going to make what TJ Watt and Michael Parsons are going to make, but can he make 30? Yeah. TJ Watt, the question is, he's going to probably be one of the highest paid players, if not the highest paid player. Just the question is, for how long? Because right now, him, TJ Watt, and Michael Parsons are playing this game of chicken. They're playing the game of who can blink first, don't blink. Who's going to write their name on that piece of paper first? Because whoever gets paid first, the next one's going to try to up them. Let's say it's TJ Watt gets paid first and TJ gets 42. Myles Garrett's getting 40. He's the highest paid player. Let's say TJ Watt gets 42. Micah's looking for 43. If Micah gets 43, he gets paid before TJ Watt, TJ's looking for 44. That's what's going to happen. It's this game of chicken they keep playing. And the longer they go, the higher the price goes for these teams to pay. So as a team, you're saying, please don't go any longer. We just want to pay you and get it done with. But that's how this works. TJ Watt knows this is his last big contract that he can get at this price, to be the highest paid player. He knows this is not his last time. Now, you look at the numbers and the production that TJ Watt has had, and you say, yeah, he has earned it. He had 11.5 sacks last year, 27 quarterback hits, 19 tackles. That means player. He's not just hitting the quarterback and getting sacks, because sacks is an overrated statistic. Sacks aren't everything as a defensive end. Can you stop the run? Can you not bat passes away? Can you do these things to affect plays? Which is what TJ Watt is so good at, I should say. Because he can sack the quarterback, he hits the quarterback constantly, he can tackle it behind the line of scrimmage. That means he's good against the run. He forces a quarterback to change where he's going. The quarterback could be staring this way, and because TJ Watt is rounding the corner, he says, nope, I got to go the other way. And that quarterback still might get hit by Watt or by somebody else because he garners a lot of attention. The great thing about impactful defensive ends, edge rushers, when you get a chip or when you get someone that has to double team block you, and that defensive end edge rusher can still be impactful by knocking the ball away, by getting a sack, by forcing the quarterback to go in the opposite direction so he does not have to try to throw that way. That's how you know you have a good player. And for the Steelers, you have to also ask this question, and every team asks this question. Are we better as a team when he's on the field compared to when he's off the field? And it's obvious that the Steelers are better when TJ Watt is on the field because he's going to make a play. That defense has been depended on for the last 4 or 5 years. The Steelers fans will say, like, the offense has been bad. But this defense has made play after play after play after play after play after play. No matter how ugly the game looks, they make plays to win the game. That's what TJ Watt brings. He will make those plays. When you have players like that, you tend to keep those guys around. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like I said, he's an impactful player. When he's on the field, that defense is awesome. When he's not, it's not a good defense. They sorely miss him. It changes how you operate. Putting him with Highsmith gives them an ability. When it's only Highsmith, they're not a good team defensively. Because there's like a hole in this defense and they can just do anything on that side. Because there's nothing that the other team can do. There's nothing they can do. They can't manufacture those 11.5 sacks. That's what people don't understand. When you lose a guy, you're losing the production they had. So let's say TJ Watt does not sign with the Steelers. Let's say he goes somewhere else. You're losing whatever number he had in 2025 in sacks, or whatever number he had in 2024. Since we can only use the number in 2024, you lose 11.5 sacks. You lose the quarterback hits, you lose the tackles for a loss, but you lose the sacks. You have to manufacture those sacks in some way, whether it's from one player, 2 players, 3 players, to manufacture those sacks, quarterback hits, and all that. Those are not easy to find. That's what I'm trying to say. The guy does everything. Sacks, hits, tackles behind the line of scrimmage, forces you against what... you hear this all the time. Taking away your first option, which every coach says they want to do, but it's very challenging to do. TJ Watt is forcing that issue. He's saying, you're not going to be able to go there because I'm going to stop you. And you're not going to be able to go there because I'm going to stop you. You're not going to get here because I'm going to hit. You're going to rush that throw because you're not going to complete it. That's what's going to happen. So you want to keep those guys around. Now, like I said, who gets paid first? Is it Micah Parsons or is it TJ Watt? Personally, I think it will be TJ Watt who gets paid first. But I would not be surprised if the number is over $42 million. That's the number he is probably looking for. Now, if you're the Steelers, do you want to give an aging player that number? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Do you want to give him $42 million? I think they should. I think it's a no-brainer. You pay him that money because there's no other player that can have the level of impact that TJ Watt can have. And like I said, when he's on the field, that defense is awesome. And that defense is a playoff caliber defense. When he's not on the field, they're not good. And that team that has depended on that defense for so long, you need TJ Watt. It's not a luxury, it's a need. and you need him on that team week 1, and if he doesn't get paid, he might not be there. But let me know in the comments, how much do you think TJ Watt is going to get paid? And when do you think he's going to get paid? And while you're down at the comment section, like, subscribe, share the video. It's absolutely free. Helps us out a ton. And TJ Watt's contract, we'll break it down. The outro. We'll break it down for you when the news of TJ Watt's contract comes out. For NFL World, I'm Jacob Hebert. Out.